Today is February 2026. If you walk into the car lot today in the US or Canada, you know the vibe. The new muscle cars are basically luxury items. A V8 Mustang or the new electric Charger is like it's a toy with 60 and 70,000 price tag, and that is super insane. But here's the good news. In the second-hand market, there are legends that everybody forgot, but they got really good potential. Today we're gonna dive into those cars with a price tag under $10,000. We are not looking for junks. We are looking for high performance, real drive American real muscle cars. You can actually drive to home and to the racetrack if you want. But you don't have to dig that much to get the first car. The 2010 Ford Mustang is a very special car. It's a bridge between the Ford redesigned body, interior and modern looks, but it kept the old school vibe. It got the 4.6 liter V8 engine from the Coyote to the 2010. If you ask me why it's a budget king, because the 2010 and others, they got the 5 liter V8 and the 2010 got a little 4.6 liter V8, but it can manage to generate up to 350 horsepower with the classical looks. You can't get that much horsepower in the new cars with modern technology, but the price are too low or too high. But this car got the 4.6 liter V8 is the most reliable V8 ever made, and it is a modern engine. You can find parts everywhere. You can modify it, add a supercharger, add a turbo, and it can make more than 500 horsepower pretty easily to the wheels. In today's market, the clean 2010 with 120,000 miles is sitting around $9,500, and it is perfect entry for entry muscle cars that won't leave you standard. And number 4, we get the 1996 Chevrolet Corvette LT4, and it's known as the grandpa car, but it got some powers. The 1996 Corvette C4 it's got the LT4 engines. Now pay attention, because most of the 1996 cars come with LT1, but if you bought the manual transmission, you get LT4. That's for the peoples who can drive manual transmission cars. And if you are a car enthusiast like me, you have to know how to drive a manual transmission. It is the easiest thing in the world, but some people think this is a rocket science. The power of this car, the factory rate of this motor is 330 horsepower, but everybody knows Chevy lies. The core, it makes about 350 with high pressure, better heads, and the hairlines. It can make about 400 horsepower if you make it fast. But in these cars, you have to know one thing. There's a nightmare. It's called the Optispark nightmare. It is because the distributor is located under the water pump, and if the water pump leaks, the ignition dies, and it's about $1,000 repair. When you inspect this car, look for any sign of coolant around the front engine. If the dashboard lights are in Christmas light, the dish cluster is falling, is another C4 issue, because it is not good. In 2026, these cars, you can get them about $8,000. It is not that much expensive or not that much cheap if you remember the nightmare. So check it really good, because you're gonna miss a lot of dollars. In third place, you know who it is. It's the 2004 Cadillac CTS-V. The 4-door Z06 is the nickname of the car. And as you know, the 2004 Cadillac CTS-V is a car that changed Cadillac forever. It got the 5.7 liter LX6 engine from the Corvette Z06. It shoved it into some luxury sedan shape, and it got generate about 400 horsepower with 6-speed ceramic manual and Brembo brakes. It's built like BMW M5, and it got the luxury of Mercedes. It's two of what you want in the luxury muscle car. Do a really good test drive before you buy one. And the interior is not that much good. The early 2000s GM interiors are not age well, so expect something you have to do with the interior. So the investment, you have to remember, these cars sold about $8,000, but the rear differential in the interior, you are looking about $9,200. So really not that much. The best of the best or the worst of the worst. It is the gap between the muscle car and the luxury car. So you have to remember that. The 1996 Dodge sells RT Turbo. And you know, it is one of the best. When you hear it is turbocharged, it's originally from Japan. It is not from American. One thing you have to know, this car is dressed as a Dodge, but really is a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. Different outfits, just the same car. This car is ahead of its time. It got twin turbos, all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, and some of them the cars have active aero. It produces about 320 horsepower. It is rare in the US and Canada, but you can find them in the Dodge variant, 1,000 of them. It is $1,000 cheaper, but in Mitsubishi variant, it is actually, and you have to remember, it's a kind of collector piece because it is the most expensive car to maintain. If you drive it about $60,000 miles, the service of this car is timing belts, water pump, tensioners, and if you haven't done that, it is a ticking time bomb because you don't know where it's gonna stop working, the active aero, the active suspension, and often the engine itself. It's needs a lot of maintenance. You can find these cars from $7,900 in 2026 and sometimes even cheaper because it's hard to maintain this car. So you have to remember, when you buy this kind of cars, they are not cheap. They are cheap for a reason. And in number one place, the rare of the rarest, the 2022 Pontiac Trans Am. If you love Camaros but you want something different, this is your choice. And it is the fastest car with the least money. That's it. The Legend, it has a LS1 V8. It's arguably the greatest V8 ever put in a production car. It's all aluminum, lightweight, responds to modification like nothing else. With a simple modification, you are looking more than 400 horsepower to the wheels, not on the crank, to the wheels, 400 horse plus. So the question is, why it's so cheap? It is because the interior is made from the recycled soda bottles. The dashboard will crack in the sun. The window motors, it doesn't work. But nobody buys the Trans Am for that. It is for the race. And the engine, it embraces anybody who got thunder. So the really good models, it goes up to $20,000. But it's a good one. If you're looking for the good one, you get about $9,500. And it's still the king under the 10K. It can race anybody, it can do burnouts, you can do whatever you want, but it's under $10,000. So that's really good. So there is what you want. The 5 legends that proves the massive bank loans. You don't have to need it for a V8 in 2026. You can buy any of them and race, do whatever you want. You want reliability and a V8, you go to Mustang. You want something leisurely, you go Cadillac. You want to go something different, you go to the Trans Am. That's what everybody wants in the today's world. So if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see in another video each other, so goodbye.